So, my peeps, today I wanted to talk about mental health. Okay, it's important to note that I am not an expert on this subject. What I want to talk about, though, with this is mental health is being discussed at a high rate right now, and it deserves attention, rightfully so. It's been something that nobody really speaks about. Well, back in the days, nobody really would talk about it. It's something that would go under the bridge or under the rug, however you want to say it. But my first thing I want to talk about with mental health is trolls and attention whores. Okay, mental health being a big topic right now is now an outlet for those who seek attention, those who want to just be an asshole, and they can just put that stamp on it. I went off on you the other day and I was calling you all those mean things because I have mental health issues. I said this dumb shit because I have mental health issues. And then you have attention whores, some people who just want sympathy for some reason. I mean, I've never understood this, like why some people would cry for help when they actually don't need help. I'm sure some people like this. I don't get that. Like, they just want the light shine on them and they will go and do things so they can get the light shine on them by any means. And since this is something that, is being popular right now, they could use this, okay? So you will see a lot of people take little things to the next level. They'll, somebody stepped on my foot and, now I just don't know how to handle it. People are always messing with me and, this messes with my condition, my mental health condition or whatever. They ran the rave and all that because they want somebody to pay attention to them, somebody to, put them on their shoulder and tell them it's going to be okay. And they get a high from that. Like, I don't get it. So it's like a gift and a curse. It's like a double-edged sword that this thing has become really a popular discussion. And it really takes away from those who really have an issue. And that's not fair. It's a lot of people out here that's going through it. It's something going on upstairs and it's a lot of things that they can't handle. And, when you have trolls and attention whores out there doing that, you would look at a person with a real issue and you would think, well, I just heard that from this troll the other day. I'm not buying that shit. And the next day, this person kills themselves, and you looking like, damn, I could have helped this person, but, I thought they were a troll. So, like, people really need to stop trolling with that. You're going to be an internet troll, just admit you're an asshole. Just admit it. And for people who are attention whores, find another way to get attention. Don't use that as an outlet because you are playing with somebody's lives. There's somebody that really needs that attention that you're taking away from them. Okay, that's the first thing I want to talk about with mental health. The second thing I want to talk about with mental health is the Black community. I highly recommend you guys read this book or, look at this lecture about post-traumatic slave syndrome. Okay, this is a study that was done by this doctor. I forgot her name. She did research on Black people and like she wanted to know what was wrong with us, like why we are so violent, why we do certain things that we do, and I'm sure if you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, you got a lot of guys who alt-right members who like tell you that Black people by genetics that we are just prone to violence. This is just something we do. It's in our genes, it's in our genes to have a lower IQ and things of that nature, okay? One thing they neglect to mention is mental health, okay? And when you take a kid that's in a poor neighborhood, a poor black neighborhood, and they're seeing all this violence, they're seeing all this suffering and stuff. I want you to think, how many of these kids are getting counseling? Okay. How many of them are getting counseling? And where I stay at now, if a kid and their parents get divorced, and I don't want to say where I stay now because I stay in a middle class neighborhood. You usually will see this like in upper class neighborhoods, rich people. A rich kid and their parents is getting divorced, they go see counseling because they fear that this child is going to be mentally unstable because their parents are now divorcing. When you take a kid in a poor neighborhood, they're growing up with a single parent. They start off, with that, with a single parent. This is not something that just happened in their lives, when they get 10, 11 years old or something like that. They start off that way, okay? And then they seeing drug dealers, they seeing people getting shot and all of that, and nobody is there to counsel them or deal with their mental health issues. So what's going to happen when you have a kid that's being untreated? It's a good chance that they're going to repeat the same thing, okay? So I'm not here to argue against any alt-right members with your studies because, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not prepared to debate these people. I don't really know anything about science like that. I just want you guys to take that into consideration. And I will also recommend that you guys read that book about post-traumatic slave syndrome. When her study with post-traumatic slave syndrome is basically saying that in the slave days, a lot of brutal things happened to these people, okay? You got women that were, they had tools and like certain instruments that they would put inside a woman's vagina and open it up, okay? This is like before great technology, of course. This is back in the day. So when scientists were doing certain research back then, it was basically torture, So they got a dude like widening up their vagina to look at them, banging them in the head with objects to get inside their brain to see the difference between a black person's brain and a white person's brain, just to prove that black people were not humans, okay, that we were something else. All right. Now you take that in slavery, with people going through that, slavery within itself, being ripped away from your families and stuff like that. And all of that is stressful on the mind. Okay. So when slavery was over and they just let them go, they go right into Jim Crow. All right. And when they let these people go, none of them got counseling. None of them. None of them got treated for their mental health. Okay, so these people become parents and they have babies and they're not mentally stable to have kids. They're raising their kids with a messed up mind, okay? And you go into Jim Crow with these kids and they're going through the things that happen in Jim Crow. I don't have to go into detail. I don't even know why I went into detail with slavery. But I don't have to go into detail with Jim Crow. There's a lot of fucked up shit that happened with that, okay? And they're going through the things that happen within Jim Crow, and they receive no counseling, and they have babies. And it's just a repeated cycle of black people going through some really harsh things untreated. So that was her conclusion, that a lot of the things you're seeing with black people, going out there doing crazy things is because of mental health, okay? It's because we never really got proper counseling for a lot of the things that we were going through and a lot of things that we're seeing, and it's happening right now. Like I said, in the black community right now, it's a lot of things that's going on, and these people are not being treated for it. They can't afford it. Nobody can afford to go see a psychologist like that in these poor neighborhoods. So we really need to think about that, okay? I want any alt-right member that's watching this. I know I don't get many views, of course, but if you happen to stumble across this video and, I want you to take that into consideration. Just think that you know some people, any all-right member, you know some people that's fucked up in their mind and they do some crazy things, and you will chalk it up like, you know, that motherfucker just crazy. He has mental health issues, okay? And then you'll look at a black person doing something crazy, you'll think it's in their genes when they're going untreated too, okay? And they're seeing some fucked up shit too, okay? So take those things into consideration when you see all this madness going on in the black community. And going back to my first point, you know, if you're a troll, if you are a attention-seeking person, if you're a troll, just own up to being an asshole. Okay, don't chalk that up to mental health. Don't do that because you're playing with somebody's lives. It's cool to, you know, you can play with people on the internet, fuck with them and all that stuff. And I'm not a person that's gonna sit there and be like cyberbullying is a real bad issue, you know, and stuff like that. Because I think that if you're not there mentally to be on the internet, if you can't take somebody cursing you out on the internet, you need to just log off. Okay, that, to me, that's the solution for that. Just log the fuck off and don't be on there because it's obviously not for you. But if you're a troll, you know, don't chalk it up to mental health. Just admit it. I'm an asshole. Okay, I like to poke at people. And if you're an attention whore, find another way to do it. Okay, I know. Usually, I see like women that are not attractive by society standards, okay? Because everybody is attractive to somebody, okay? But by society standards, you know, like if a majority of people don't find you attractive and you're looking for a way to get attention, usually they lean on pain and suffering and mental health to get that attention. You don't need to do that if that's really not the case. Find something else to get attention. Tap into your talent. You know, use your talent to get attention. You know, it's a lot of ways to get attention. Start a YouTube channel, okay? Do something, but don't take away from somebody that really needs that attention and need that treatment. All right. You can get in the comment section. Tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. You can get in there and tell me that, you know, this is interesting, whatever the case may be. You know, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. And if you're an expert on mental health, I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on this, you know, so you can educate me on something that I may have missed or something that I'm saying that's not true. All right? You guys have a good one. Peace.